Mom, close the thing. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good job. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is the we're loaning from the Market Pulse. All right, guys. A big bangers. This morning we had I did my first live on YouTube. Hey, what's up? If you caught it, it's in the morning brew. I got feedback that there was a setting that you guys didn't get it. I did record it and I posted it afterwards, so you guys didn't really enjoy the setup this morning on a couple of trades that we had got going. But it's okay. We're going to follow up now. If you want to watch that, go on that link right now. Click on that for my guys in Trading View. For the guys on the tube, it's going to be right there and look at it. And yeah, there were some good firebanger trades, but I gave you the setups. Let's this is the follow-up. All right, guys, let's go. This is the momentum trader trading what moves. All right. Okay, let's dive in. So ultimately, I'm just gonna look at the XPX overall. We said this that we're gonna print this 4719 on top. This is the dailies on both the SPX, NASDAQ, and Russell, right? We had a monster move, needs to pull back, which is healthy, which is nice, 4720. I like when they pull back because then the setups are nice. All right, so we have a setup here on NDX. MACD is telling me we're probably coming to the end. Can we get a second wind? That's going to be pretty strong, moving forward right there too, and right there. So Russell looks like it probably can go a little bit more. So we're going to watch that. This morning, VIX, very important, 18. We have not been above this level. And I pointed this out yesterday. We haven't been above 18 since October 18th, right? So remember, 18 is not good. It tends to be we pull back. But again, not that it's not good. It just means that more fear is entering to the marketplace, meaning more people are going to be buying puts and they're buying calls. And that's why the VIX is going higher. So it just we're at a top and people are just protecting, they're expecting a pullback and they're going to maximize those gains. It's just a hedge, right? However, it does look like it wants to go a little higher. So we're going to watch it. If it remains above 18, then that could be problematic and the pullback is going to be more severe. So we're going to watch it and pay close attention to it. And I noticed this is the hourly chart. So again, we see fear coming into the marketplace then Friday. So yes, it came in a little bit more and a little bit more. So there you have it. The treasury notes is going down. That's good for tech, right? That's why tech rallied, right? Again, guys, this morning over the weekend, I just heard a whole bunch of people on the gram, whatever. I love everyone. I'm not here to, but when you start giving information because they go, this market is unpredictable, it just means that you can't get a read on it, and that's okay. I don't get read on markets either, but just admit it. Instead of saying it's unpredictable, because it just means you're not reading it correctly. We read it. This was going down. That means the techs were rallying. I mean, we've done well with it, man. So I just don't like when people get false information. That's why we study the tape here. All right, so let's dive into it. Enough of a rant. All right, let's look for opportunities every day. Okay, so the XPX yesterday, this morning on the thing. On the morning brew where I get my setups every day at 9 o'clock, right? Just click on that link below, press that like, press that notification so you'll be notified every time I go in there, especially when I do a live. You have to be a sub to be alive. But we go in there and I stated that this was top heavy, the VIX was rising. Let's look at, the potential play would be downside, right? And the play was to this low of 46.81. We hit that. That was a beautiful play, 20 points. Boom, ripper. Can it rally? Next level down is 46.63, 46.50. I'm still pretty bullish on the XPX. Just let it pull back. I love when they pull back because they set up better, right? But it looks like it wants to go. Remember, all paths lead back to the 50. I wouldn't be surprised if this touches the 50 by maybe end of day or tomorrow, right? So let's see. And what's driving down the market is Tesla. I got reports, inside reports that I didn't think Elon was going to sell a lot sooner than expected, but apparently the report that I got said that he is starting to sell sooner. So that makes sense because Tesla is part of the S&P 500. So it's bringing it down. Okay, so there we have it. All right. So what else do we have here? NASDAQ pulling back. That's pretty normal. Below the 50, we broke the 50. You could have taken that trade. I don't trade NASDAQ. Russell, we rally. We're going to set this up. But again, we never hit the alert, right? That's we put alerts up there. It pull back, let it pull back, let it drop, let it drop, let it drop. There'll be a beautiful setup, right? Alphabet tried to go this morning, but again, if you're paying attention here, if this is breaking down, that's not going to go, right? So this is where you have to learn how to read and the years of experience of knowing how the markets react. Now, I like Google. I like Alphabet is setting up nicely. There's some things that I've noticed in the next couple of hours. I'll know whether this thing could probably rally big in the next probably in the next couple of days. If the market reacts, this one's setting up nicely, right? I like it to pull back. I like it to pull a little bit away from the 30,000. I think we need to come back to have more power to it to break that $3,000 level. Being up there, I don't think we're going to break it. We're too close. We need to wind up a little bit. All right, Amazon. We took this trade this morning. Now here's the thing, guys. If you know me and you know I like the MACDs, there's a video that I've done and it's the power of the MACDs. I did it with the crypto space. Is how not to be whale food. Okay, and that's in essence. I will recommend you watching that. I use the power of MACDs and how you can enter a swing trade and know how if you're entering the beginning of the swing or the end of the swing. Okay, so and I bring that up because this is what I've used to get into this trade. So because I trade Amazon on a regular basis, obviously if you know me, you know it's on my screen. We hit this bottom here as it pulled back, but this was the one that rallied. It was a much stronger one as the indices pulled back. So it's something you have to be aware of. The MACDs are swinging pre-market, right? It had a second win there off the 50, so 35.11, and then it rallied up to yesterday's highs of 35.80. There is rumors again that Amazon might be splitting. Whether it's true or not, I don't know, but is moving Amazon. Also, Amazon owns 20% of Rivian. Rivian announces IPO tomorrow. So wherever the evaluation of Rivian is going to be, if it's at 80 billion, 7 billion, is going to probably maybe move Amazon. So maybe that's why it's moving. So we're going to watch the next level of 35.80 to see if it breaks through. But ideally, it's too far away for our liking. It looks like we're coming to the end. It could have a second win, but we don't do those trades. We like the trades at the 50 when the MACDs are rolling up. There you go. That's how we trade. Okay. So Tesla, they're taking it down. I saw this. I got in some trades here. I thought Amazon was the one that can have a sleeper. I did get a little bit of a loss here, but that's fine. I take my loss here and what is lever left over, and I rolled it into something else that was moving. See how the play is here? We're all about net. I got that from Smarter Trader, guys. Give him a follow. He's amazing, 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 life-changing, and he's really has next level money management skills like anyone I've ever seen. Okay, so it's all about net. Okay, so now ISRG holding steady, even with the sell-off, it's holding steady. That is good, guys. So that means that they're not selling it off. That means they're probably going to work it higher. This is a slow mover. So now we have something really nice, 368 on top, and we have 369 on top to really get it going. So when the markets turn, and they will, this is probably the first to go, as well as Amazon. Okay, and Amazon might go today. We'll see. Okay, so now we have Chipotle. Chipotle tried to go this morning, but I had an alert there. It never triggered. So let it base. I love Chipotle when it bases. When it bases, that means it can run. They're not taking it down. Remember, they took it down quite a bit from the highs. And that means during this sell off, they didn't take it down. All right. Didn't go up, but it didn't take it down. So watch this level of 1815. See if it gets it going moving forward. All right. Now, what do we have? We have MicroStrategy. Again, Bitcoin. This is all Bitcoin. Bitcoin is hit that high of Bitcoin has 71 to get it going, his all-time highs. MACD's, again, it doesn't have that strength of this one, right? So is it really gonna go? I think it will pull back, stay in this range, needs to wind up to really get it going. But when we look at MicroStrategy, it's just it's rallied quite a bit. So let it pull back, let it come back, but watch Bitcoin with this. Now, the thing with MicroStrategy, you can only have 8 hours of the day to trade it where Bitcoin trades overnight. So keep that in mind. Shopify, I thought this was going to go. I think it will go when the XPX turns around. Now, we have 1564 on top. It tried to go, try to do an Amazon move, right? We had it. but it's not as strong. Now, it could be setting up if the markets turn around at that 50. If it holds, if it bounces and breaks through, it can probably run. Even if you want to take that trade from 1546 to 1564, that's 20 points. If it breaks through, you're going to do very well. Netflix try to go. Now, I mentioned earlier, what is Netflix? Now they're getting into the social media realm. Wow. Okay. So now they're streaming. They're not streaming. And then now they're going into gaming. And now they're going into social media. So I guess the market responded real positive. I thought it was going to go, took out the highs of yesterday. And then we have these highs of 666, right? But it rallied, it got affected with all text got taken down. So not too bad. Still held a 50. It's holding pretty strong. Let it pull back here. Let it see if it bounces to 50 and see if it can take out that 656 and get it going if you want to trade that. Roku was moving. I'm not a big fan of Roku. Again, I think of Roku. TTD was moving Roku because they do a lot of their advertisements. Again, you got 286 on top. You got this 282. If you want to trade Roku, they came out with really, really crappy earnings and just their guidance was crap, guys. So I don't know who guides down now, like, but especially Roku, right? Anyway, but anyway, if you want to trade it, I still have it on there. I don't know how long I'm going to have it on there, but if it bounces here, bounces out to 50, it can probably take it out, but 285 to make it better. Okay, Nvidia. They came out with some conference, amazing news this morning. I talked about it in the morning brew about chips. They're expected, chips to do very, very well, and but this rallied quite a bit, guys. It rallied quite a bit. It needs to pull back. So let it pull back. Let it pull back. This is a FOMO trade. Remember, this is where everybody's going, let's get back in. All right, this is a bull trap. So watch it. Let it base. Let it base. Let it pull back. Drop it. Let it drop. And it's going to form a nice base. We got 316 to get it better. Okay, Mercado Libre is trying to go. Now we rode this puppy again. Now it's just about setting up. Yesterday was a nice little entry. If you got into 1634 high five, and it's going to yesterday's highs of 1700. 1700 is pretty big. We're probably coming to the end. So if you want to lock in those gains, I will probably lock it in and then roll up. If it gets through today, then it'll explode. But the overall market needs to turn around as well. Apple, very nice entry. I dismissed Apple this morning just because it only moves about $1, $2, but you can still make money on Apple, right? This is ideal entry that we like to see. MACD started turning at the open and it went up. So you had about 150 to like under $1 move. It looks good that they're not selling it off, which is most important. And I think this is what's probably preventing the S&P from selling off even further. Okay. So that's a plus. All right, trade desk. We gave you this setup. I gave you this setup. This was a beautiful setup. They announced earnings yesterday. They said they were not affected by the iOS issues with the privacies. These guys are game changers. They are changing the way of how to track us. I don't know if we like that or not, but as far as them making money, they're making money. And we had a huge explosion here. 90. This is our setup, guys. Pay attention here. Bounce off the 50, bounce off the 0 on the MACD. Fresh set of MACDs. We see this booming. Bang. Good night, guys. I put this on the TikTok. I just really started doing TikTok just for shits and giggles. But this was one of the ones that we posted, and it was great. Off to the races. Can it go higher? I think it could have gone to 100 all-time highs just below it. It's just that the market pulled back, and they just pulled back with it. Pretty simple. Can it keep on going? I think if the market goes, this is going to continue. But again, there is a very limited time of optimism in these things. So the market needs to turn around pretty soon. All right. For that to happen before it loses its steam. Goldman Sachs called this one out earlier. This was being sold off in the morning, and this is why the market also pulled back. I mean, I told you XPX cannot go up without the bank. So we have Tesla, we have the Goldman Sachs selling off. So they're just taking it down. They're probably going to take it down to about 400. Let it base. It probably needs to come up to the 50, but this is one where we saw weakness yesterday. And you could have taken this trade if you wanted to the downside. Let it base. Let's see what happens there. I'm going to be watching Goldman because it's going to determine whether we sell off a little bit more if it sells off on the SPX. Affirm, Affirm, they took it down. They try to go up, couldn't go. We saw weakness yesterday at the close, and it continues with that weakness going into today. So we're just going to watch it. Let's see how it responds at the 50-day, and we're below the zero line. So no trade here. So again, just watch it. All right, Upstart, they took it down. This one was weird today. They haven't really taken it back up. It's been declining, declining, declining. Maybe this thing is done. It was a hype stock, and this is the reason why we trade momentum, right? Because it's just a hype stock. They're taking it down. So this was a morning that you could have taken this trade to the downside. Remember, MACD breaking below zero, fresh set of MACDs to the downside, and breaking the 50, 331 to 309. That's a nice little trade. Remember, you trade both up and down. But again, this is the one that they're taking down. So again, they're taking down this one pretty hard, and it's going down. All right, don't chase. We're still pretty far away from the 50. All right, HubSpot. I actually went on to somebody's TikTok because I'm playing around there, and they're talking about how they couldn't find trades. They're losing. Really, really admirable, and I like that his honesty and candid and really, really enthusiastic individual. However, the main thing about this guy, we all lose. We know that, but if you also believe in the power of manifestation, what you focus on expands, right? So we all have losses. I expect that you guys know proper money management skills, right? So I focus on my winners, and my winners, I cut my losses short, and my winners, I focus on winning, right? I don't focus on losing. We focus on winning. So when something's not acting right, like Tesla, you cut it out. And then what do? You focus on where the opportunities lie. What you focus on expands. So here you go. If you need something with the mindset, click on my Instagram account. I have tons and tons of quotes there from 20 years of experience of all willpower, motivation, and especially in regards to the market. So if you need that, a lot of great quotes in there. I always go back and I remind, and that's why I did it. I wrote it because I wanted to remember them. All right. So 820, we call this. A lot of headwinds, was holding steady. This is the one that broke out. Textbook, guys. Bounce off the 50, zero bounce at breaking the highs. This is what we love to see, guys. 820 to 850. You got 30 points ripper when the market was going down. Can I get an amen? Give me an amen. I heard the amen, guys. All right, here we go. Zoom, zoom, zoom. They're taking it down. I told you I didn't like it. I want to see how it reacted. It tried to go this morning. I was kind of surprised when I got the alerts that this was trying to go. But again, they took it down as forming a base. And again, with the markets going down, nobody's going to be optimistic about Zoom at this moment of time because the overall market's declining, not like hubs. Okay. Booking. I actually said this one was setting up, and it's setting up. If it can take out the highs of 2690, it's going to go. Now, this is the part where I'm kind of like, okay, do I want to take this trade or not? Because 2690 is very, very close to what? 2700. And that's a round number. So 2690, 23,000. So how would you go about this trade? Well, if you take it off the 50, you're taking it around 2630. As it clears to 2690, you'll probably be getting out, and to see how it responds around that $2,700 level, that's going to be very, very hard. That's how you take the trade. Okay, simple. ServiceNow, again, tried to go this morning. I was surprised. I got the alert. Thank you, trading, for the alert. The alert is it's a game changer, and it went. They're not taking it up as monster upgrades. Maybe when the overall market turns around, they're going to start buying this thing. But again, it's going to move. They're going to move it at their own pace. All right. Coin. Bitcoin pull back. This pull back. Again, overall market. This had a nice rally. I thought this was going to go to 400. Again, we did a play on this for earnings a while back. It was working out nicely. Still is. But let's see how it reacts when the overall market responds. It needs to get above a buck. It needs to get back above the 50. This is a bull trap right here. So watch it, but it has earnings. So let's see what happens. Okay. All right, so we got that. What else do we have? LCID. Okay, this is the play, guys. I've been talking about this for 2 weeks. I hope you guys got into this. This is very different than what we normally trade. However, if you wanted to trade the way we do, then if I go into the 15-minute time frame here, the play was not that one. It was actually back here. No, that's his. No, back here. It was back here. Well, we didn't trade it for that. I actually got into the trade right back here. And the trade for this was very, very simple. Was pretty much LICD does cars, EVs, they're a lot ahead. Rivian announces tomorrow their IPO. Wherever the evaluation for Rivian is going to be at 80 billion to 100 billion, if that's where it is, it's going to drive Rivian stock a little higher. So we're looking at the evaluation potentially to be at 60 to $70, maybe 80. So this is why Rivian stock was going up.